Doing homework can be very stressful, sometimes even for the kids. Parents struggle most when the child has difficulty with reading. A special program at the University of Canberra is teaching parents how to teach their children, and it's working. It's a joint project with the ACT Department of Education and called You Can Read. It's not just about learning to read books, it's also about learning to love them. Kate Evans reports.
Dragons fire. I'll breathe fire. Fly on what is that? Yeah, that's leathery wings.
In this colourful oasis deep inside the University of Canberra, stories are coming to life.
It's unbelievable how much he's progressed in just a couple of months.
It made it a lot easier.
Yeah, I like it a bit more now. I like it a bit more.
He couldn't read before he came here.
Yes.
Couldn't read. Couldn't write. Couldn't spell either because the words didn't make any sense, and now he did something for homework last night nearly by himself. Hardly made any spelling mistakes. It's fantastic.
We've searched around Australia to see what's going on elsewhere. There's nothing as innovative and as unique as this.
Very good. Keep reading.
As well as researching literacy, the National Capital Literacy Centre also runs parent education programs, something it's been doing in different forms for 30 years. Literacy advisors work first with parents on their own and then with parents and children together.
Parents are an underutilised resource, and they have access to their child on a much greater basis than what we can in schools or at the centre. So it's not just us motivating the children, it's enrolling the family in literacy as being fun. We want that time that parents spend with their children every night to be stress-free, fun, because we want the child to come back for that experience again the next night.
In the past, has there been an assumption that parents will just know how to teach their children to read?
We hear that all the time. We hear that parents, after they finish the program, say, if only someone had told me this sooner, I wouldn't have had the stress and the anxiety around the time I spend with my child at home reading.
It's really good for parents because, we're not teachers and we don't exactly know the techniques and things, so it was great to come here and learn those sort of techniques. So when you're a parent and you see them, instead of say the word vines, they come up with jungle. You don't understand how vine could ever look like the word jungle, but he's looking over at the picture and he sees monkeys swinging through the vines, he thinks it's a jungle. So to put those things together, you suddenly understand why they do that. And you also learn just to let that go and let him read more fluently and try not to interrupt, because I used to do that a lot. No finger pointing at words, and just let him go and read whatever he wants.
Different strategies and things, and one-on-one time, which I think for a lot of kids is very important, because being in the class they get a bit overwhelmed sometimes. I know I used to as well when I was in primary school, so I think one-on-one is very good.
It gleams like gold as it's circles the lifts.
Especially with reading past a word you don't sort of understand, and then getting the clue from the rest of the sentence, and then going back and saying, oh yeah, I know what that word is now. So that's been very good, and Terry's used that a lot. Whereas now he sits down and reads books, and
if I
fabulous.
Can't get that word, I just go along. And if it comes to me, or if it's not really per se the word, I just replace it with another word that makes sense.
The program also uses technology to get kids hooked on words and reading.
So we have access to lots of fun books. We've introduced Kindles, which for children who have struggled in the world of print, to put them in a technological world where they can feel and play with words and shake things and read books online. That's a different kind of literacy for them.
We are playing some word games. We're playing Scrabble right now.
Oliver loves to draw, and that's his big thing, and he's been able to do a lot more writing, and we got a story published, didn't we, on the Kindle?
I haven't finished yet, but the last thing I read was the Spartans slowly advanced because they wanted to take the Persian city. who simply could not hear them.
And children just skip down the hallways feeling that, I want to take this book home and read it. We have children who refuse to turn the car light off as their parents are driving home because they've found a hot book. And that's the kind of readers that we want to create. To sustain a parent program for 30 years and produce quality results and change the dynamic of families, I think that's a very unique, special contribution.
And what have you been learning from this book about nights?
Not much, I know. Lots already about nights.